It was such a surprise to hear that I've been selected to receive a Vision, Action, and Unstoppable award. Thank you so much. I've always felt blessed to be with WILPF, ever since Carol Erner recruited me in 2004, and to be co-chair of the Disarm End Wars Committee since 2008. So much impresses me about WILPF's longevity and peace activism. Amazing women working to end war, helping to establish the United Nations, organizing branches all over the world and the United States, providing support for civil and human rights, clean water and air, and my own passion, disarmament and peace on earth. I love that WILPF is an active member of the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons, which won the Nobel Peace Prize. I've been asked to tell you something about my life. For almost 2 decades before joining WILPF, I vigiled with others day and night outside the White House for a world without nuclear weapons, using signs, literature, and petitions. We collected flyers and newsletters, letters, photos, and videos from all over the world, many of which are now archived at the Swarthmore Digital Peace Collection. I was arrested for vigiling multiple times between 1984 and 1992. In 88, I spent 3 months in federal prison charged with camping, but I went right back and kept on for another 14 years, seeking creative new ways to get our message across. In 1990, we incorporated Proposition 1 Committee to bring a voter initiative to D.C., calling on the U.S. and then USSR to abolish nuclear weapons and use the money instead for human needs. Just as we started to get signatures, the Gulf War began in 91. We and many others beat on drums for the 40 days and 40 nights until the war stopped. Many people were arrested. I wasn't. I had a video camera and filmed those arrests, then produced a film, The Ground War at Home, which you can find linked at the bottom of our website, prop1.org. After the war, we launched successful DC Initiative 37, which inspired Eleanor Holmes Norton to introduce her Nuclear Weapons Abolition and Conversion Act every session since 1994. That's 17 times now. The bill this session is H.R. 1888. It asks the U.S. to sign the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons and transform nuclear war and power industries to produce carbon-free, nuclear-free energy and other human needs, like environmental restoration. Between 2009 and 2019, with help from WILPF mini grants and friends, I toured the country 4 times to tell WILPF branches about Congresswoman Norton's bill and visited local congressional offices with WILPF members. We obtained several co-sponsors, but we need many more co-sponsors before we can get it out of the Armed Services and Foreign Affairs committees, and we need senators to introduce a companion bill. After the UN adopted the ban treaty in 2017, a coalition called Warheads to Windmills campaign has sought co-sponsors for the bill with considerable success. I'm so grateful that others have stepped up to help. It may seem impossible to accomplish nuclear disarmament or anything else with this administration and Congress, but we mustn't give up. In fact, we should all become more vocal, more visible, more creative, more patient, and more helpful to others who are afraid or angry or depressed. We're fortunate these days to have social media, smartphones, Zoom, and email to communicate. We don't have to sit in one place around the clock anymore to reach out to people. However, I do recommend consistent vigils where people will get used to seeing you and come talk with you. And I strongly recommend local voter initiatives, which let politicians know that their constituents want them to take action. Above all, don't give up. Again, many thanks for this award, which makes me a WILPF member for life. I love it.